Hello friends!
Hey guys!
How you doing today? Me and Davis are together and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about radiation because it starts for me tomorrow. So I start some chemo and radiation on my brain, and then some radiation for the cancer on my spine as well, specifically. So I wanted to start by showing you guys a little bit of what it looks like so you're well aware of the spine. So it's spread from the brain cancer in the head, which is quite a bummer. I wanted to show you, it's kind of difficult to see in this photo, but I posted it on social media, so you should have seen it on Facebook and on Instagram. But if you're looking at this picture, you can see these little black lines. Oh, this is a good way to turn it sideways. Ultimately, these little black lines are the cancer tumors in these or cancer cells. Cells?
Yeah.
In these three little areas of my back specifically.
And it's these little, hold it up there.
Okay.
It's these little white streaks.
Sure.
So you can see like there.
Yep.
There.
Yep. It's brand new cancer as far as we're aware. We found it on Thursday. So on Thursday morning around 2 a.m. I woke up, and I woke you up with some discomfort in my knees. Like excruciating pain that I couldn't stand. And eventually, maybe closer to 4 a.m. or so, I ended up waking up my whole family, because we're living with my parents in Egan right now. And we complained about pain. We did some heat leg pads situation. And eventually at 7 a.m. we went to the emergency room, and that moment I was not comfortable in any way, shape, or form. And somehow the technicians at the emergency room decided, let's do a back scan. And it was an 1.5-hour appointment. And that's when we learned about, again, the spinal cancers in my back.
So her knee pain wasn't from this.
No.
It just got us to the emergency room.
That's
her knee pain was most likely of coming off this medication that she was on.
Yeah.
She was so used to having it in her system, and then she didn't. And
Yeah.
then when they relayed this information to her neuro-oncologist at Abbott, and he had the idea, like, let's just do a MRI of her spine to be sure.
Yeah.
And the emergency room doctor came in and basically said it wasn't normal. And there were a few different spots that had dropped metastases, meaning it moved and dropped, like it came straight down. So like this picture here, you can see so this outer layer is fluid, and what most likely happened from her tumor up here, some of the cancer cells got in the fluid and came down into her spine and are in a few different spots. It's not a lot. It's not compressing her spinal cord in any way, so it's not an emergency. She doesn't have any loss of function.
My back's sore, but it's not.
We don't know if that's from this.
Sure.
You've also been like having to lay in bed.
Sure.
A lot.
Quite a bit.
Way more than you normally do.
Quite a bit. Right.
So it really sucks, but at the same time, like, it was a crazy coincidence that they found this.
Right.
And she's already all set up with radiation and already all set up with chemo. So the plan doesn't change much. They just will adjust the radiation. She'll do sessions for her head and sessions for her spine.
Yes.
And the chemo goes along with that.
For the next 6.5 weeks, we're planning to get just some information from our doctor. He is planning for me to get 59.4 grays.
That's how they measure radiation.
Of radiation, specifically. For the next 6.5 weeks. It's going to take about 33 treatments, specifically 5 days a week. And this is where you were taught so gosh darn well at the appointment that I wanted you to kind of explain to our gang how this works, so they know two pictures specifically.
Cancer cells are different than every other cell in our body in a way that they can't recover from radiation. So normal cells in the body, like if they get radiation, 24 hours later, they'll recover and they'll be back to normal. Whereas the cancer cells in her brain and in her spine, once they get hit with radiation, they don't have the ability to like recycle themselves and recover. So that's why she goes in 5 times a week. So they get hit with radiation.
Stop shaking the table, please. Sorry for yelling at him.
They get hit with radiation.
Yeah.
And then they keep getting hit over and over again for 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And in that way that they can continue to shrink and get smaller and smaller and hopefully die off as much as possible.
Right.
All while sparing everything else.
Absolutely. So let's quick show them. So this is the picture of what radiation is going to kind of look like.
Yep.
Right? Right? Where this is the brain tumor. Remember me showing you, well, once upon a time, this is the huge giant tumor. This is the post-recovery. This little circle right here is getting scanned from all of these crazy different angles.
So,
right?
So they have it mapped out
Yep.
with an MRI and with a CT scan exactly
Yep.
like where it is in her brain, how thick, how thin it is in different spots.
Yep.
So she'll be on this kind of machine thing that holds her head
Yep.
in place.
Yep.
And then the radiation will go 360 degrees around
We have
her
a mask.
around her tumor,
Yep.
and it will auto-correct itself and change the amount of radiation based off where it is, so that it like has enough to go just through this side of her face to
Sure.
get to the tumor, and then
Yep.
it'll change as it goes around her head.
Yep.
Accordingly, like based on like there's more bone here, there's more brain to go through, or there's more part of the tumor here, so it adjusts the radiation
Yep.
accordingly, and then it changes and goes in circles so that normal cells aren't getting blasted with more than they have to. So it's just focused on the tumor as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then the same goes for your spine. It's a little different
Yeah.
head piece. It goes all the way to her shoulders so that she can't move
Yep.
during it, but it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
I've got a bunch of like stickers on my side of my chest, on both sides and down my chest right now, because they're going to be scanning my top of my body on top of the brain scan.
Yeah.
So we're going to be scanning lots starting tomorrow.
Yep.
Which is going to be really, really intense. We knew originally this brain scan is supposed to be only 3.5 minutes, but I'm not positive how long this chest scan will take and how total time it'll take for scanning. But I feel like you all deserved to know kind of what this process looks like. And eventually, after my first few weeks, I'll give you an update on like, hey, this is how things feel and what things are like. Oh, also you should tell them about the blue light that I'm gonna see. It's crazy. Blue light.
So with any like radiation, whether you're getting an X-ray or anything, they're scattered. These little particles like hit things and then shoot off in other directions.
Yeah.
And because this is so close to her eye, some scatter will bounce off stuff and go through her eyeball and out. And they're moving at the speed of light, but since they faster than the speed of light, and since they're going through the liquid inside her eyeball, there will be blue beams shooting out her eyes while the scan's going on.
Yeah, just me seeing them.
So basically the doctor was like, if the whole room like goes blue, like not to freak out, because that's what it is. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So, well, that's the latest that we have on radiation.
And then,
go ahead. Hun.
The chemotherapy.
Oh, yes. I'm taking chemotherapy at night.
I had no idea chemo could also be a pill.
Yes, it is.
I pictured her staying in the hospital, like hooked up to stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just a little pill.
Well, there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
5 different pills that I'm going to take at night.
She takes them at night.
Yeah.
The main side effects are
fatigue and nausea. Yeah.
So that's why they have her take them at night, so that they seem to think that she'll just sleep through her symptoms and she'll just won't even really notice that she's taking it. Yeah. And so the chemo just supports killing off of those injured cells from the radiation, so they kind of work together.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll give them updates. Yeah. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, have a good rest of your Sunday. It's technically Sunday. We're going to post this video live. We're bummed that the Vikings lost today because we love them. They lost to those gosh darn Packers. Otherwise, have a good day. We love you all and see you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.